Hi, my name is Bob and welcome to the Homestead, y'all. Today I'm going to do a review on our All-American 941 pressure canner. I just love this thing, so for those of you who don't want to watch the whole video, I love this canner. This is a great canner. All-American products are great products. You can't go wrong if you spend the money on them. They're a little bit pricey compared to other canners, but they're well worth it because these things are built like a tank. They're cast aluminum. They're thick, they're heavy, they're just built great. They have wonderful safety features. The 941, which is this one, is the biggest one they make. It's a 41.5 quart pressure canner. It'll hold 19 quarts or 32 pints. So if you're doing big loads of beans, of meat, this is the pressure canner for you. This is a wonderful pressure canner. I just love it. Has several safety features. It has the vent with the weight on it, but it also has a geared gauge. This gauge is geared so you can see your pressure on it real easy. And then on the back side here, it has a safety plug at 18 pounds of pressure. This plug will release so that way you can't overheat it, or if you do overheat it, it'll release the pressure. So you have two safety features. The first one is your vent, of course. That should release all the steam if you overheat it. But the second one is this plug. So there's a rubber plug right here that at 18 pounds of pressure, this plug will release and that'll keep your pressure canner from exploding. Also, it doesn't have thin metal holding the lid on like a lot of canners. It has these big knobs on it that are threaded. That just slip up when you have it. Get him in place here, but they slip up and lock. So it has 8 of these around it on this 941. So when you put your lid on it, you can put all of these on there and you know that your lid is safely on. Plus it has 2 metal tabs, one on each side. Also that are screwed in right here that hook up underneath the thick piece of aluminum. So it has several safety features. That's one thing that I just love about this thing, besides that it's built like a tank. These things will last a lifetime. As long as you take care of them, you're going to be handing these down to your children, possibly your grandchildren. But let me bring the camera closer. I'll give you a close-up of the pressure canner and some of the safety features of this canner. It does have 2 large handles on the side. Now this thing is heavy. I'm not sure what it weighs, but it's quite heavy. We use it on our turkey fryer base. This is a propane base that I have it sitting on. It makes it a good height for when you're loading and unloading it. Plus you don't have to have it up on a stove. Since this is such a big pressure canner, it just works better for me to use a propane tank and one of these turkey fryer bases. So let me go ahead, grab the camera, get you a little bit closer so you can see this beautiful pressure canner. Let's take a closer look at this pressure canner. Like I said before, it has a geared gauge on it. You can see the gauge here, and it's geared. So that way when you see it like get to 10 pounds of pressure and you know you have your weight on 10 pounds of pressure, you can watch it and it'll hold it right there. You can adjust your heat and fine tune it. Also on the lid it has an arrow. It has an arrow right here and a notch in the canner. So that way you can line it up easily. You just set it on there and spin it around, and then your 2 tabs connect under there, and then you can put all your knobs up and tighten them down evenly as you go around, because you want to keep the gap between the lid and the canner even. Also, like I said, this one safety feature is the vent. As long as your vent pipe is clear, it's going to release the steam. But then you have this button I was telling you about. And right there's the button. At 18 pounds of pressure, that button's going to blow out and it's going to release the steam inside. So that way you don't have to worry about your pressure canner blowing up. Also, by having 8 of these turnbuckles on here, it holds the lid down well, and you just tighten them up evenly. You don't tighten them one at a time. You always tighten opposite sides, 2 at a time. Like you tighten these 2, then these 2, then these 2, then these 2. and you slowly tighten it down and you pull the lid down evenly. Now, the reason you do that is because this does not have a rubber seal. And that's what I love about this. You don't have to have a rubber seal to worry about dry rotting or leaking. This is machined and beveled on the lid. And then the inside of the canner is beveled also. So as you pull that down, the two beveled make a seal. And that's one thing I do love about this. It's machined so well. This is a cast aluminum. It's thick, it's heavy. You can see how thick this is. It's just built so well. It's built like a tank. But having the beveled inside edge on the pot and the beveled outside edge on the lid, that's what creates your seal. Now, we do put a little bit of oil on this, just a little bit of mineral oil on it, and that keeps it from sticking. And of course, keeping your edges clean, keeping your lid clean. You want to keep your whole pressure canner clean. But this thing just does a wonderful job. It's built well. Now, All American did not contact me to do a review on this, which a lot of products, the companies contact me to do a review. This is an unsolicited review just because I think this is a wonderful product and they deserve recognition for building such a great product. So if you're looking to purchase a pressure canner, I highly recommend the All American pressure canner, whether it's the 41, the 35, the 30. They make all different sizes. So if you don't need one this big, then you can also order a smaller one. But this is just a great product. It's made well. If you know of a pressure canner that's built better than this one, please leave it in the comments below. Before we purchased this pressure canner, we did a lot of research, and everything and everybody says the All American pressure canner is the one to buy, and they were right. So if you have any comments or questions about this pressure canner, please leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.